Hey there, badass dream makers. This is the Relationship of Your Dreams podcast. It's Alex, your badass dream maker host. I'm here because I believe that all humans deeply desire and thrive in loving relationships. And let me tell you, it's possible because many do find the love of their dreams and more. I'm just here as a guide to help you through the variety of obstacles and hurdles in dating and relationships so that you can also find the love of your dreams. And you're bound to learn about yourself as well. So, 2-in-1 deal. We will get deep here and you may feel triggered at times. Triggers and discomfort are part of a growth process. However, please use discretion as to how much discomfort you are ready for. Now, let's jump into this juicy episode and get you what you want. Hi everyone, and welcome back to the Relationship of Your Dreams podcast. This is Alex, your host. Hello to all the returning people, and hi to all the new people. I appreciate you being here and listening, and you are all in for a treat because you are getting a very personal story that not even all of my closest friends know. And if you are a close friend, well, here you go. Now you know. So, the reason why I want to share this story is because I believe it would be a really good example as to how stepping into security and authenticity really is taking small steps. It's going from A to B, B to C, not A to Z. And I think when people hear the term like being secure, being authentic, like people think that people, including I felt this way at some point, that I needed to take these huge steps in order to get there. And because I didn't feel like I could take these steps, that I was never going to get there. And there is like a, not necessarily a destination. It's definitely a lifelong journey. I think there are steps where we can take to get closer to feeling more aligned with ourselves. And I also just want to say that stepping into authenticity also requires security. Like, they go hand in hand. So it's like the journey of overcoming insecurity that leads to stepping into security and authenticity, because how could you be you if you don't feel secure and love you, right? So this episode is going to be more about loving your physical body and how that's part of your security and authenticity journey. And it's a journey I'm still working on, but damn, have I made significant progress. And I want to share this progress with you and provide you some questions to ask yourself at the end of the episode to help you feel more secure and make choices that are more aligned with you, the real you, the best you. Yeah. All right, so here's the story. Oh my God. Okay. So, my last ex, we're going to call him Brett. I don't know. That was the first thing that just came to my mind. We're going to call him Brett. That's not his real name, but that will be his name in this situation. He had a porn addiction, and I didn't necessarily realize it at the time, like when I was in the relationship. And he was also better than the abusive ex that I had before. Like, he treated me better, and like I was also more insecure at the time. So all of these things together kind of blinded me to the fact that he was struggling with a porn addiction. And not even all of my friends know this, partially because I didn't realize that it was a problem at the time. And secondarily, once I did realize it was a problem, like after the relationship, I felt kind of ashamed of it, and I just didn't feel ready to share the story, but now I do, and here we go. The way that I knew he had a porn addiction, or like looking back now, is he would watch porn daily and multiple times a day, and oftentimes his thoughts had to do with finding women beautiful, sexy, hot, and during like shows and movies, he would make comments on women's bodies if they were hot, sexy, cute, etc. And at the time, I thought that was just like a guy thing. I'm like, okay, guys find women attractive also. I do too, so I'm like, that's fine. Turns out it's not fine. And and it also definitely affected like sex life, and at the time we blamed it on other reasons. And it turns out those other reasons were not true, and it definitely all had to do with the porn addiction. If I were to diagnose the situation, that's what I would say was happening. And it definitely took a swing at my security. So I already felt like insecure at the time. However, it definitely made my physical insecurity worse. I was more secure in other ways, but physically definitely took a hit. And again, like security in any way, like self-security, is highly intertwined with your authenticity, because if you're not going to, or if you're gonna like follow certain rules in your mind because you're just trying to feel attractive, then, and you're not following your own rules of how you feel attractive, or you feel best, that you feel best. I don't even want to say attractive. However you feel best looking. Like, those are not the rules you're going to follow if you just establish that you're following the rules of someone else, like what someone else finds attractive. Right? Okay. So during that relationship, I was listening to podcasts, and shout out to the Self Love Fix podcast hosted by Beatrice Kamau. Beatrice, I hope you listen to this episode someday. That'd be amazing. And it was about the importance of becoming authentic. So I began to realize all the ways that I was like not being authentic, and even down to the smallest things. And I want to share some of those smallest things with you as evidence that authenticity and security doesn't have to be, and probably won't be, these huge scary steps, rather smaller steps of discomfort. And discomfort is still necessary. Discomfort is still necessary for growth, because if there's no discomfort, that means there just isn't growth present. growth is not even there if there's no discomfort. So yes, they don't have to be huge scary steps, and discomfort is still necessary. However, it doesn't have to be from point A to Z. It doesn't have to be point A to K. It doesn't have to be point A to D. It can be point A to B, point B to C, etc. And also, I just want to like say, just because you feel aligned with yourself in one area of your life, that doesn't necessarily mean you feel aligned with yourself in another, and that's okay. We kind of learn to be ourselves like situation by situation. Like, for example, a really easy example, you can feel yourself around your friends, but maybe not around strangers, right? And there's reasons for that. And you also can learn to feel yourself around your friends and strangers. How about that? So for me, I felt myself in some cases, but in the case of my ex, I did not feel, or with Brett, I did not feel myself as much, and especially more so physically. And again, I didn't really realize it right away due to other factors. But in relation to the porn addiction, I felt like I had to wear extra sexy outfits around him. And I already love sexy outfits, okay? That's my style. I love the crop tops. I love the somewhat revealing, right? I like it. And I felt like I had to exaggerate it around him because I felt like I was competing with porn stars. Yeah, you never want to really compete with porn stars. It's not so fun. I don't recommend. 0 out of 10 experience. But I also felt like I really had to make sure that I was skinny. And I am skinny, but like skinny in the way of like not feeling bloated. Like I just felt like I needed to be, again, just back to feeling like I need to look like a porn star of some sort. Like maybe eat a little less before I saw him. Or like I felt like I needed to avoid certain foods so I didn't feel bloated. And even when I did wear what I wanted to wear and did feel extra bloated due to like eating what I wanted to eat, I still didn't feel like I didn't feel comfortable enough at the time. So I was inconsistent about it. I was inconsistent about wearing and eating and presenting myself as how I want to present myself. And so I would also feel very insecure about how I would move around or sound during sex, and I'm still working on recovering from that. And thankfully, my current boyfriend is a fucking blessing from the heavens and supports me in whatever way I need, and it has been very helpful. And clearly, I am not with my ex anymore, which there were other reasons for. But part of the steps I took in the relationship to step into authenticity and security were, 1, wearing more of the clothes I wanted, eating more of what I wanted to eat. One time I even declared that what I really wanted to eat that day was goldfish, even though I already felt bloated. And I ate that goddamn goldfish. I continued to listen to podcast episodes, learned about what authenticity means. I journaled about who I am, who I felt like at the time, and the gap between who I felt at the time and who I wanted to be, aka like my true self. Took off the makeup instead of sleeping with it on just to feel pretty going to bed. And I just want to say that those were all one step at a time. It was not all at once. It was one step at a time, and it was consistent. That's a big difference. If you are inconsistent, if it's like, let's say you're me in that situation, and like I shared with you, I did do this at times where I was like, okay, no, fuck it. I'm not gonna wear what I think looks like a porn star. And I didn't feel comfortable, and of course I didn't feel comfortable, but I also didn't make it consistent, so I never really passed the learning threshold, or the growth threshold. So a big piece of this is being consistent about it, because with time, it gets easier. And I personally attribute this consistency and one step at a time of becoming more secure and authentic in my body to manifesting my current soulmate. And I think that, yes, maybe subconsciously part of this had to do with the breakup. I think there were other main factors for the breakup, and so I don't know if this was a direct correlation. However, I think that stepping into security and authenticity allowed me to step into power and feel that I could make that breakup happen. And because I became more authentic and secure, I was attracting someone else for me, my soulmate for me. And I believe that these questions I'm about to ask you are going to help you manifest your soulmate through stepping into security and authenticity. Or if you're already in a relationship, I think it could help you navigate this more, navigate your security about yourself, or your security more, and see how, if you need to make any changes in it, and how your partner could support you. And it may reveal something about your relationship that you turned a blind eye to, as I have. As I had. So, yeah, I'm excited to ask these questions. What does feeling secure look like, feel like, and mean to you? What does feeling secure in your body, in your relationship, look like, feel like, and mean to you? In what ways might your partner support your idea of security? In what ways might your partner not support your idea of security? Is it your current relationship that's making you feel insecure? Or did the insecurity develop in a previous relationship? What could you do in your current relationship to take one step closer to feeling secure and therefore feeling more authentic? For example, consistently wearing what you want to wear for you instead of wearing what you think or know that they want you to wear. I'd write these down, put them somewhere. I might put them in the episode summary so you could have them there as well. I believe that these will be really helpful if you're feeling insecure in your relationship, especially in relation to your body. And I think that, even if you're feeling insecure in one area of your life, it'll help you feel overall more secure in other areas. And I think that we also feel more secure one step at a time in different situations as well. So take these questions, run with them how you would like to, and I implore you to apply what you learn from them, what you learn from yourself, and I will talk to you next time.